Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back, welcome to. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is November 24th, 2024. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a window to my thought process on what I think potentially could play out short term for Bitcoin. And I'm going to end the video with XRP. First things first, this is not financial advice. This is educational purposes only and literally just a window to my thought process. Please excuse my voice. Unfortunately, I am not sick anymore, but something's going on with my chest. So doctors have put me on an inhaler, and the inhaler is really messing with my throat. Excuse me. Yes, it is me, Boris. So, first things first, let's go over the chart. Here is Bitcoin's chart. It is forming this rainbow pattern. It is making less and less pumps each time. You could see that resistance lines up with every single local top. Support, I will change it to a different color. Let's change it to purple. Support is purple, which lines up with every single local bottom. Okay? Right now, we are around this white line. We haven't broken 100K yet. So, let's get into the technical analysis. If you remember me saying that the cup and handle measured move goes to 100,000, do me a favor, like the video. If you remember me saying that the measured move from the bull flag was to 100,000, like the video. If you remember me saying we could use a fib from the 69,000 down to the 15.5, and it lines up perfectly with the 1.618, and you could see where we have stopped short term. That tells me we potentially could have a small consolidation on the horizon, right? And I'll get into it. Couple rules that I follow. I buy at support so that I have the opportunity to take profit at resistance. I also don't chase green candles, right? Red candles usually come after green candles. Right now, anyone buying from 90 to 100,000 is FOMOing into the asset because everyone else is up hundreds of percent. And unfortunately, your risk reward is more risky right now. What does that mean? We are way closer to resistance than to support. And if, the word is if this is the local top for the short term, you have more risk of it coming back to support than this little itty bitty room you have for it to grow towards resistance, okay? Let's go into the technical analysis. One, the Discord is gone. I'm forming a new one. I'm linking Patreon. For $35 for the month, you get 3 video requests. I can't answer everyone's answers, comments, concerns, portfolio reviews. I don't have the time for that, cuzzy. Okay? I really don't. First things first, you can see this box here. This is the CME gap. The CME gap is from 81,000 to potentially 77,000. That is a number that is in the back of my head saying it probably will get filled eventually. Short term or midterm, I don't know, but gaps usually get filled 90-something% of the time. So, if you remember in the Discord, I was preparing you guys for blood here at 90,000. Volume was coming down. I said if we death cross and if we were to break the 70, there would be room to bleed. Once again, I can't confirm the breakdown because it hasn't happened yet. So I have to use words like if, Keith, okay? The alert was never broken, so the confirmation was never done. But what I do see now is this wave is a lot lower than this wave. What does that mean? Well, if your RSI is making lower highs, but your price is making higher highs, the chart is telling you that you're getting hidden bearish divergence. And unfortunately, blood could be on the horizon. So once again, my alert is still there at the 68.41. If we were to break the 70 line, we are breaking the white line here, and we're heading down to 86,000, or anywhere from 90 to 86,000. But that is the start of the short-term downtrend, okay? If we go down to the 70 and we do not break and go up and make another lower high, we could stop here at the 94,000, come up and potentially form a double top. Once again, the bearish downtrend or the blood has not confirmed yet. I am preparing you for when it does happen, okay? So, once again, the white trend line stays intact as long as the RSI stays above the 70. But you can see here, volume is coming down. The RSI is making lower highs, but the price is making higher highs. This is when I tell you guys, I trust charts over people. The chart is telling me one thing potentially could be happening over the next couple days to weeks. But if the news like Jim Cramer is telling you to buy at 100,000 because the asset's going to 500,000, that's what I mean, okay? Next, let's go into XRP. The most important thing that you are ever going to get from this channel, cuzzies, is charting an altcoin when you're looking at your alt pair to Bitcoin, okay? I've said this for the longest time. Here's XRP versus Bitcoin. I said when we were extremely oversold and the asset pumped, the XRP versus the dollar chart pumped. Do me a favor, if anyone remembers me saying when XRP is $1.50, you better check the Bitcoin chart because I think the pump is over, okay? This pump, everyone thinks this pump happened because Gary Gensler said he's going to resign on January when Trump gets in. Meanwhile, I didn't know that news. I didn't tell you about that news, right? I had no idea that Gary Gensler said he was going to resign. I said when this chart pumps, okay? That's what I mean by fuck the news and trust the charts. That's right, I'm cursing again. I really don't give a shit. So, as you can see here, we did not break out. We went right to resistance. The first resistance was the $1.19, this liquidation zone right here of, let's just say, 115 to potentially 138. This right here is a greed level. You could see the wicks went above and we had selling pressure. You could see the wicks went into the greed zone. We had selling pressure. Guess what? This high here, even though we pumped from, let's just say, 30 cents to $1.50, still formed a lower high on the macro. That's all I care about, right? Now, I want to be very transparent. This chart eventually will break out. This pattern and chart is very bullish. This is a symmetrical triangle. A symmetrical triangle means the highs keep getting lower and the lows keep getting higher. This is a measured move. The measured move, you take the meat and potatoes of the chart, you go to the breakout, and it brings us to eventually $5.89. If anyone's saying $589, do me a favor, punch them in the face, okay? That is not the price. The 589 theory is $5.80 because it's literally the measured move of the fucking symmetrical triangle, okay? So, as of right now, once again, what's the rules, cuzzies? I don't chase green candles. You should have bought at support, okay? So, because of that, look at that. You can clearly see that we went from support to the yellow box, that we have seen resistance in the past. I said this in the previous videos. The most important thing, we are still in section B. The asset is still below the 50 line on the RSI, and the asset is still underneath the 0 line on the MACD. What does that mean? That means if this is the short-term local top and we do see a consolidation while Bitcoin comes down, your altcoin is going to have massive consolidation. What does that mean? Well, what did I say? We buy at support to take profit at resistance. We bought at support and took profit at resistance. If, Keith, if this is the local top, especially since the monthly is at the 70 line, showing me that the asset is extremely overbought, regardless of Gary Gensler, regardless if there's memes saying that Brad and Ripple met with Trump. The chart is telling you one thing, and I trust charts over people. We have the potential to come back down to support. Support would probably be around here. Let's just say anywhere from 85 to 75 cents. What was resistance, which was 66 to 75 cents, will turn into support in a continuation pattern. What does that mean? Well, you can see here we're overbought. During a continuation pattern, you want to buy your asset closer to the 50 line. The 50 line then shows me that XRP would be oversold, right? You want to buy when people are selling it and there's room to grow. But as long as we stay in section A, which is the 50 to 100, we do not come back down to 48 to 41 cents. No. We go to 65 to 71 cents, forming a higher low. Okay, here do something like this, then potentially have another opportunity to go back to the white lines of, let's just say, the 117 to the 138 again. Nothing is confirmed. That 589 theory is not confirmed until we break out of this resistance. Okay, this is called a confirmation. We break out, we come back and retest the white lines, then you have your breakout. That has not happened yet. We do not buy into wicks on the way up. Wicks is selling pressure. I buy into wicks on the way down. That's buying pressure, okay? So as of right now, if I look at XRP, we're extremely overbought, bro, right? The asset is literally at the 82. The most important thing, here we go with the ifs, okay, Keith? If XRP breaks the 70 line, that is the confirmation that the uptrend is over, and we'll probably break the $1.21, and we're going to come back into from the 119 to the 50 cents. Now, I want to explain something to you, okay? If we go from support to resistance and we start coming back into the trend, right? We went from here to here, we went to here, and we broke back into this beautiful symmetrical triangle. It has a very high probability of going back to support. If you break support and come back into the trend, you have a very high probability of going back to resistance. As of right now, we are at resistance, okay? Let's look at the indicators. Right here, we have broken the RSI, okay? This is confirmation number one that somewhat of the short-term pump is not confirmed yet, but this is bullish, okay? You want to see the waves on the left side of the moving average. You don't want to see a lower high, a break of the moving average, and then a break of the 70. Once again, the uptrend has not confirmed the blood yet because we have not broken the 70, Keith. If we bounce, we have potential to stay flat in this area, form somewhat like a Bart Simpson head, right? Something like this, which will allow the volume to continue coming down. And then once the RSI breaks the 70, if, the word is if and when we do break that, we have potential to come back into this level here, the 111 to the 103. But at that point, there is room to bleed from the 70 to the 50, showing me we have room to bleed from here to potentially somewhere over here. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm preparing you for it, okay? Everyone wants to take boxing lessons because just in case you get into a fight, you are prepared to take a punch in your face, right? So this chart right here, it's clear as day. We went from support to resistance. I don't know what to say anymore, okay? It's a very simple chart. And you can see here, profits probably going, all the money from the alts is probably going back to Bitcoin, not the dollar, because the dollar is a depreciating asset. It goes back to Bitcoin because even during the consolidations, right? Let's go to Bitcoin. Even during the consolidations, if you just hold the asset, you're still making about 50 to 60% returns a year. Your financial advisor guarantees 8 to 9%. So once again, it's still better to buy at 96 and just hold for the next 3, 4, 5 years than it is to go to the dollar and you're not making any money. That's the video, folks, okay? Once again, I am making a new Discord. I am going to have Patreon do all of the work for me. $35 a month or 1 month, 2 months, whatever you want to do. You're going to get 3 video requests monthly. I don't have the time, and I appreciate the support, but I'm being very honest. I can't sit here all day and just go over everyone's portfolio, okay? I had 400 and something people in the Discord. Like, what are we doing here? You understand? You want me to work for you, you got to pay me, cuzzy. Besides that, I'll give you the free advice like in these videos, but I'm really trying to teach you how to do this. If I die tomorrow, bro, like if I die tomorrow, what are you going to do? I'm trying to teach you this process so that you could then go on and possibly teach your kids how to do this, okay? That's the video. I love you guys. Once again, keep in mind that there is a CME gap from 80 to 77,000. Keep in mind that on the short term, we are getting somewhat bearish divergence on the RSI. If we break the 69.70 line, that is the confirmation that the uptrend of this white line is broken. Okay, and then that means we'll do something like this, 91 right here. We'll then come back up, retest the white line, and if, okay, Keith, if we use the white line as resistance, then that shows me that that is the confirmation of a midterm consolidation back down to this level here. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. I hope you learned something from these videos. And once again, if you have made money, just do me a favor. If you've made any money from any one of my calls, put a little money symbol in the comment section. I'm just curious. Love you guys. Appreciate the support.